So, you're probably wondering why I'm laying on the ground. I haven't lost my mind yet. It's coming, not yet, but I want to show you just how low profile you can actually make your own mobile base without spending hundreds of dollars. This mobile base is right at, it looks like 3/16 of an inch off of the ground. Now that's low profile. What's up, guys? What is one of the biggest pains in moving around your equipment inside your shop? It's heavy. So I'm going to show you how to make this mobile base. It's very low profile. I'm going to show you how to make it out of 2x4s and some scrap wood. The only thing that you have to buy is your casters. Make sure to smash that subscribe button before we get started. More to come. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is make a flat base with 2x4s laying flat. Let's start by getting the length and width of the machine. We'll label them A and B. Since this is going to be a flat base, we have to take into consideration the width of the 2x4. Let me show you. So I'm going to pause this right here just for a moment. Okay, so this is what I was talking about when we have to consider the width of the 2x4. So the inside boards, we have to take into consideration that the two outside 2x4s are 3.5 inches each. I actually like to build them where there's an extra inch all the way around. That way there's plenty of room to fit the machine. So when we come up with our measurement for B, we're actually going to subtract 6 inches. That will give us an extra inch lengthways, and we're going to add an extra inch to the measurement for A, and that will give us an extra inch widthways as well. So getting back to it, for simplicity's sake, just use this formula. Just add 2 inches to the measurement that you received for A and subtract 6 inches for the measurement that you received for B. You'll see where all this comes into play as we go. But first, let's start cutting some 2x4s. Alright, so we're actually going to be needing 2 of your A cuts and 2 of your B cuts for the base. Now let's start making something out of nothing. Now let's join B to A. I like to use pocket holes for this. They're very strong and actually designed perfectly for 2x4s. So I'm going to put 2 pocket holes in each end of the B board. Okay, so now that we have that wrapped up, let's start assembling the bottom. I like to throw a speed square in there just to make sure everything is square and get it put together. Okay, so finally have that done. So now let's measure out the board that we need to hold our wheels. In this case, I'm using 2-inch wheels, and I'm going to leave 6 inches of overhang on each side. This will give the wheel plenty of room to completely swivel. Go ahead and cut 2 of those boards out of 2x4s, and we're going to call those boards C. And we're going to attach board C to board A, with leaving 6 inches on each side. Remember, that's where our casters are going to be. I'm just using simple 2.5-inch screws here. But make sure to put plenty in. This is actually going to be holding up the weight of the machine. And then we'll just move to our other side and repeat the process. Easy peasy. Then we'll just flip it over and get ready to put our casters on. If you would like to spice it up a little bit with a little bit of paint, now's the time. And like I've mentioned before, I'm using 2-inch casters. This is plenty for concrete. I do like that all 4 casters to be able to swivel. And when you're putting them into place, just make sure that it can swivel without the locking mechanism hitting the back 2x4.
Once you get it into place, put in the 4 screws that came with it, or if it did not come with screws, just put in 4 1-inch screws. And you know what to do here. Just repeat the process 3 more times. And really that's it. Very low profile, but you're still about 1 inch and 3/16 off the ground. So if you want to get it even lower, we're going to have to add a spacer. 1 inch and 3/16 is great, but I want this thing as close to the ground as I can without dragging. So I'm going to take a 1-inch board that is the same length as board A, and I'm actually going to build this up a little bit. I know building up sounds odd, but in order to lower the machine closer to the ground, you have to raise the wheels. So we're just going to fasten that new board onto A and then reassemble the top board. And we're going to repeat this process for both sides. Doing this is actually easier if you shim this up a little bit to get the wheels off the ground. That's the very bottom board there. So remove those and you're ready to rock. Now we're truly riding low. As you can see here, that's only 3/16 of an inch off of the ground. Hey, I hope this helps. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.